So I just wanted to talk about life, kind of. It seems like life goes by, honestly, like in the blink of an eye. And the older you get, the more you realize that. I'm 21 now, and I'm in this really weird spot. I look back at my life and I'm like, wow, like I've done a lot of things, seen a lot of things, experienced a lot of things. And I look back and it seems like I've been around for a while. But at the same time, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm still so young and I still have so much to learn, and it's overwhelming. I'm in that stage where it's like I'm no longer a teenager, but I still want to be. I still feel it, like right here. I still feel very young and I still feel like a teenager. But there's so many responsibilities for me now, and it's so weird to think like where I'm at now in life and how critical everything is, and you have to do everything on your own and you can't just rely on your parents anymore. And to me that's just like, whoa, I'm so mind blown by that. I don't know, it's just so weird. It's weird for me because I've been out of high school for I think like 3 years now, because I graduated in 2013, so it'll be 4 soon, and that to me is just like 4 years. It feels like yesterday that I just graduated, but no, it's been nearly 4 years since I've graduated. And then when I look back at who I was in high school to who I am now, and it's like this huge transition, and I see just how much like I've changed and how different I actually am, and it's just crazy. Like, I mean, how far I've come. When I was in high school, it's weird because it felt like I knew everything there was to be known. I knew what it took to be an adult. But I know now, like, that couldn't be farther from the truth. I cannot stress that enough, that I didn't know anything. I had no clue about life and all the things that come after, like, high school. Because in high school, you know, all the drama and all the little things that happen in high school, it literally feels like it's the end of the world. It feels that way. It feels like it's so serious. But me looking back now, I'm like, if only that was the least of my worries now, I'd be fine. But I have so much responsibility now. I have so many more things to worry about. And it's kind of mind-blowing. You're like, whoa, like, I really was clueless. I really was. And I wasn't one of those teenagers that was like, oh my god, I cannot wait to be an adult. It was just kind of like, I didn't want to grow up. That was the farthest thing from it. But at the same time, it's just, I felt like that I knew everything. But I didn't, you know? I was this really shy and insecure girl who had a lot of potential, and she knew that. She just didn't know how to go about, you know, bringing out her potential and having people see her for who she really is. There's so many things that I wish I could, you know, tell myself then, you know, things that I know now, like, I wish I could, you know. And what I would say is that, you know, and first thing I would say is enjoy this. God, just enjoy this, because it's not gonna last forever. You think that it's this long and ongoing thing, and then it's just so frustrating and you can't wait for it to end. But honestly, I find myself often thinking about if only I could go back, you know, if I could go back. And I wish I could. So I'd tell myself to just enjoy it because it won't last forever and it ends so fast. I know everybody tells you this, but they tell you it for a reason. It's so relevant and it's so true. It goes by so freaking fast. In the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye, it's over. And you never really see it coming, you know, until it's too late. So I would say go back and just literally don't take anything for granted. Go in, enjoy it, and just take everything in because it's not going to be there forever. And I don't know, high school is a lot more comforting because the real shit happens after high school. And nobody really tells you that. I'd also say, like, the things that I'm stressing about now, you know, in high school, what I was stressing about then, I guess, the things you're stressing about now, don't even dwell on it. Don't even, just go with the flow and let it be. I'd also say, like, never take for granted, like, the time that you have, you know, with your loved ones, with your friends, and your parents and your brothers, because yeah, you see them all the time and they may get annoying, but they won't be there forever. And I wish I knew that. I'm 21 now, and it's almost been a full year since I moved from Delaware to California. And it's been one of the most hardest things I've ever had to do, but also the best thing that I could have ever done for myself. I've grown tremendously from who I was in Delaware to who I am now. California has always been where I've wanted to live, and some things happened last year that made me realize I can't keep waiting, that I should just go ahead and move. And so I did, and it was the most courageous thing I've ever had to do. Like, anybody who truly knows me knows that, like, me before moving here, I would never do something like that. Like, I'd never move by myself. I'd never leave my family. I'd wait for them to move, so I'd move with them. But I couldn't do it anymore. And it's been great. I'm really confident within myself, and that's something that I've always wanted when I was, you know, a teenager, and I couldn't find it. But coming out here, I've had to do so many things. Also, I was so reliant and dependent on my parents. So moving out here made me very independent and learn how to, like, rely on myself, which has been good. And I mean, it's teaching me a lot of things, for sure. It's just very hard at the same time because you're so far away from everything you've ever known, everything you've ever been comfortable with, and you're so far away from your parents, you know, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your very best friends that you've known for years, and God, your brothers. And the thing with distance is everybody is, you know, kind of doing their own thing and living their own lives. And it's really hard to find time to, you know, contact each other. And even when you do, it's not the same at all. So it's hard, and it's definitely a struggle. But it's something that I'm learning to deal with, you know, and take it with me each day. I'm struggling with it, especially because, you know, this is my first year, like, with all the holidays. Like, it was my first year not spending it with my family at Thanksgiving. I've never not spent a Thanksgiving without my mother or my brothers. And that was really, really hard for me. And for Christmas coming up, you know, it's really stressful. And I mean, I do have friends and family out here, luckily, so I'm not so alone, but it's just not the same at all. The reason that I'm like making this video is just, I think it's helpful, I don't know, for people to kind of learn, you know, from other people's, you know, experiences. I think it's helpful and insightful, and I wish I had somebody to tell me all these things. But literally right before I moved out here, I don't even know how to describe that girl. She was really insecure. And she had no idea, like, at all. But living out here has made me so happy. I was not happy. I just felt so stuck. I felt stuck because people back home are just very, like, simple-minded, and I don't mean that to be offensive, but they just think everything is just one thing, you know? There's no gray area. It's either black or it's white, and I kind of understand why they think that way, because a lot of people there haven't, you know, experienced the things that I have. But there's so much more to life outside of, you know, that small town. And I really wish people would have the guts to just, you know, get up one day and just travel and experience things. Because life is too short. And one thing I've noticed since graduating is that a lot of people, just about all of my class that I graduated, nearly, probably at least 90%, have kids now, or are engaged, or are married. And to me, that's mind-blowing. I feel way too young. I still feel like a baby myself. So I can't imagine, like, settling down right now and raising a family. Like, right now, I'm trying to find out who I am as a person, and I think that's so very important before I, you know, decide to jump into a relationship with somebody. I feel like I need to figure out this right here before trying to figure out somebody else. So right now, I'm just, you know, living each and every day. It's not easy, but in the long run, you know, it'll be worth it. So I hope that, like, if any of you guys are going through anything, that this helps you a little bit. I don't know. I mean, guys, life is really, 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 really short, and I just want you to treat it as if, you know, you weren't promised tomorrow, which nobody is promised tomorrow. So it's good to just live in that mindset and just to do the things that you're afraid of, because I promise you, you'll get really good outcomes from it. So hopefully this video helps you in some ways, or maybe not. Also, I'm always here to listen, and if any of you guys, need somebody to talk to or whatever, like literally hit me up on here or on Instagram or something, and I'll for sure like give you advice. I mean, it's always good to have somebody there for you. Trust me, I know what it's like to feel like you have nobody there to talk to or to turn to. So if you need that, I could be that for you. I'm sorry if you felt like this was a waste of your time. I hope that you didn't. And I guess I'll somehow leave like some extra information about me like down below or something. I don't really know what I'm doing on here, guys. I'm just taking it slow, taking it as I go. And yeah. So if you listened to it this far, thank you very much, and I'll be sure to post other things, I guess, later in life and give you updates and stuff. But yeah, I hope everything's going well for you guys. And again, if you need anything, I'm your girl. All right? Peace.